Guys, welcome back to Croatia's tour, another stage, another tournament, this time Croatia Rapid Blitz. And today I'll show you the games played by Maxim. I think that's the first time I'm showing his games, because actually yesterday he had some great results. So let's analyze the first game against another strong grandmaster, wildcard of this tournament, Ivan Šarić. d4, knight d4, knight f6. Ivan is known for playing, Sicilian defense. Maxim is known to be playing Sicilian defense. Both players know how to play here, so it's very interesting to see this battle. Bishop c4, e6, bishop e3, bishop d7. Again, here Maxim doesn't go for main bishop g5 lines, and instead prefers bishop c4 and this system, which actually deserves some attention, because instead of playing regular bishop g5 rouser, you go for some kind of sausage attack lines where you can long castle and then potentially set up some strong attacks. So, but here again, very interesting plan chosen by Maxim. e5, knight f3, takes, now this bishop is no longer in this diagonal. Ivan is playing with two bishops against two knights and bishop, so I would say already black don't have too many problems. Castle, but of course Maxim is a more experienced player, he played more on the top level in comparison with Ivan, but still, very close battle. D takes e5, d takes e5, and now bishop c5, trading this dark squared bishops. Takes, b4, knight d5. So here, let's say if knight d5 would have been played, e takes d5, bishop b5, basically taking an exchange, but queen f5 takes, queen b8, b8, king f1, and due to the power of those passed pawns, white maintained equality and didn't have more winning chances than black. We had this almost the same position as after knight d5. This move is allowed. So what's wrong with this move? After this move, queen b4, unfortunately for white pieces, black have enough compensation for the pawn, and they will likely, not for the pawn, they will actually take the pawn and be up a pawn, because let's say knight f5 loses due to queen c5, and let's say queen f2, there is rook b8 move, there is rook a c8 trying to take c5 pawn, and after rook a6, knight g4, basically black have a very big advantage. Queen will take, let's say queen goes here somewhere, queen c5, does bishop e6, threatening bishop c4. I mean, black have a winning advantage. So after b4, of course, knight d5, bishop b5, taking an exchange right now. Knight f6 takes, but here, again, the exchange is taken, that's right, but double pawns on f-file, wide open king, even though, potentially it's fully protected, but still. Rook g8, queen f3, queen d8 takes, rook b8, again, pass pawn on c-file, queen d6, knight f5, queen b7, and here knight f3 was played. Knight d6 was a bit stronger move, and then some queen c3 again. I think that knight f3 looks logical, because basically this cannot be taken because of this and this. And of course you gotta protect it somehow, so rook g6 was played, knight d5, protecting pawn on b4, and again, Maxim is trying to push this c-pawn, and his position is completely winning according to the engine. a5, rook c1, rook c8, h4, takes, h5, rook h6, so now again if rook goes back, queen f6 takes, right? So rook h6 just looks very weird here. Queen f5, according to the computer, queen f3 would have won a lot easier, because here you gotta protect it. If queen g7, there is c6, rook c6, rook c6, queen c6, and guess what, after knight e7, basically knight f5 is a threat, queen has to go back, knight f5 will be played, will win the rook, or will win this queen. So here, queen f5 was played, rook c6, knight d3, queen c8, trying to trade queens, here takes. So again, queen f5, knight f5, rook is trapped, queen f8, queen f2, rook c5, takes, queen d7, and here no checks on second rank, white are threatening this and this, f5, queen d8, does king e2, now again knight f5, no more checks, I mean queen b5, one check, There is king e1, no more checks. Knight f5 threat is absolutely devastating. So rook f6, h6, and again rook h6, knight f5, and white are winning. King g6, queen g8, king h6, g5, and here after king h5, g takes f6, Ivan admitted his loss and Maxim won the game. And the second game I'm about to show you is the game he played against Levon Aronian, a very strong Armenian-born US grandmaster. Maxim plays with black pieces and we see famous Grunfeld. f3, g5, maybe Maxim studied Anish's Kiri course, who knows. Takes knight d5, e4, we got a very interesting, you know, Alekhine anti-Grunfeld defense, now Grunfeld defense, as it says in Explorer. Knight c3, bishop g7, bishop e3. This game is actually very interesting. Knight c6. Here, look, white have all the center, but black have more of their pieces developed. So they're already castled, they have more pieces developed. Knight a5, bishop d4, trying to trade bishop stakes, c5, you know, knight c4, queen c2, bishop h6, trying to basically trade, maybe get knight to e3, maybe trade the dark squared bishops of the board, take stakes, rook d3, bishop d7, knight e2, b5, h4, trying to stop kingside attack, knight a4, bishop b5, h5, and now bishop g5, knight c5, a5. I'm just trying to go quickly through the game. Queen g6, f4. So here actually one had a very huge advantage, but look at the time. So the both started with 25 minutes on the clock, but Levon is getting low on time. Rook h3, f3, knight d4, knight d2, already mistake, and after king a1. According to computer, Levon's position is completely winning. After h2, rook g1 is a mistake, and the winning move is rook d1, which is not quite... Wait, okay, now computer says rook d1 is actually not as good, and after, let's say, bishop f1 or b3, actually bishop f1, you know, black actually maintain equality and actually are better. Okay, very weird evaluation by this computer on chess.com. I don't want to look into the chess base. So that didn't happen. Rook g1 was played, which is, according to the computer, was a mistake. Bishop b3 takes e3, knight c4. This knight is protected by this bishop. Rook e2, knight e5, rook g2 takes, and now after knight g4, as of now, black are up in exchange. But after knight d7, basically what Maxim had here is knight f3, and the idea of knight f3 that after takes, look what happens. This queen is under attack, no checks can be done, and rook f1 is being threatened, and if knight f8 there is knight c2 takes, rook f8, and the position is completely winning. So it's not that, I mean, difficult to see this move. I mean, it's just completely winning. But after h5, actually knight f8, rook f8, knight f5, now knight f7 is being threatened, so already black missed that great, point where they could win and, you know, not struggle here. Rook e8, rook g1, king h7, knight f6, but here again Maxim demonstrated great resilience. You know, that at some point seemed very unpleasant, but again, you know, great grandmaster, plays a great game. He has passed pawn on h-file, even though, you know, white are only down upon their position is completely lost. This takes before, try to make his pawn, rook c1, knight d5, this rook f2, and basically after reaching this rook endgame, rook b2, nice finish, rook h1, f5, and basically the pawn is being pushed, king f6, and here Levon resigned. And after the first day of this Grand Prix stage, the leader is Maxim Vashyelgraf with 2 wins and 1 draw. Wesley So is 1 point behind, as well as Fabi. They won 1 and drew 2 games. So let's see what happens in the next couple of days. You know, very interesting to spectate those Grand Chess tournaments. We have tournament in St. Louis starting in 1 month. That's going to be very huge. But I'll see you in the next recap. So this tournament in Croatia. Bye bye.